Hello, everybody. This is my first video of the second semester. I released 2 videos so far. One of them was a vlog from a while ago. That was my very first vlog. And the second one was me yapping and unboxing some stuff that I got for the vlog. In this video, I'm gonna be doing something a little fun. I'm gonna be showing you guys a little bit, one of my hobbies. I have a lot of hobbies, but one of them is collecting. And a lot of my friends already know that I like to collect trading cards and a bunch of like little weird things like Squishmallows or like little plushes. I like to collect keychains and like little figures, like Star Wars action figures. I collect like a lot of stuff, like random stuff. But I'm always collecting. I'm always kind of just getting new things. It takes up like a lot of, not like time, but definitely a lot of money for some of my hobbies. Like in collecting, yeah, that definitely takes up a lot of the money that I get. But it's okay because I'm a big believer in if you have a hobby and you like it a lot and like you dedicate a lot of time to, you should go all out for it. Like you shouldn't be taking it like half-assed. You shouldn't be being shy about it or like being scared to like contribute time and money towards it. You should be going all out. And that's what I like to do with my hobbies. And today, the hobby that we're gonna be looking at are my pin collection. I've got 2 big bags of pins. These are all pins, like little, you can see like little, just like random stuff. This bag is a lot of the more recent ones I've gotten, like over this past like year or 2. And I collect pins and I literally just shove them in these bags like my whole life. Like I never really hung them up or like displayed them because I never had like a bag or like a cork board. But I got this for Christmas this year, like a little cork board, so I can display the pins. I can hang them up to display for everyone to see. Whoever, not that I have anyone come into my apartment, but you know, just for me to see, you know. Something all out. I'll probably do this bag first on this board. I actually have like 3. I got 1, 2, 3. For this one, we're gonna do my more recent pins, which is like a bunch of Disney ones. I went to Disney World a few years back. I went to this thing called MagicCon, which is another nerd thing. One of my hobbies is trading cards, and it's Magic the Gathering trading card game. They have this thing called MagicCon where they host basically a convention where a bunch of vendors will come there, and they host a big tournament, a competition called the Pro Tour. So all the pro players come and play, and they had this in Chicago last year, and I went to it by myself and just walked around and found a bunch of nice pins and a bunch of new cards and stuff that I bought. But I definitely spent a lot of money. I bought some pins there too. My plan with this video is to kind of go through all the pins and put them on the board and then kind of give a little gist of like where I got them or like the story behind them if there is one. I thought it'd be cool. A lot of them, the pins, the older ones in that other bag that I showed, I got those on my old family vacations. My family and I would always do road trips when we were little. I'm talking like back when I was in grade school. We would do road trips, like we did one up to Maine, we did one down to Florida, we did one to all the way to California. Like we drove all the way to California and back. And we would stop at places along the way and like get to see different parts of these different states that I've never been to before. And it was really fun. I tried to get a pin at pretty much almost every place that we stopped. That's kind of where my pin collection started off, actually, where I would just get a pin at every place that I stopped at. Because I wanted something to remember it, but I didn't really want, like, t-shirts were expensive. I wanted something that was like relatively cheap for like a kid to buy. And the pins were like what, like $5, $6 each or something at the time, depending on where you went. Like some places, like the touristy places, they would be a little pricier, but I ended up getting a pin pretty much at every place I stopped. And then that just launched my pin collecting career. Like, and now I have all of these. I think what I'll do is I'll just show you guys the pins, give a little gist of where I got them, and yeah, if there's a story behind them. Some of them don't even have a story. I think I was just at a place and I thought they looked nice and I just snatched it. I haven't really planned out where I want each pin to go on the board. Like, I don't want to do it randomly. I want to have them kind of organized, so I'm going to think about that now. Okay, so we're gonna start off with these ones here, these cute little ones. These are the Pokemon pins that I have. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them. These 2 are the same ones, so I guess technically only 6 different ones. Pokemon ones are really hard to come by because usually they only come in like packs with like cards, like special boxes that they sell. But this one, this is my favorite Pokemon probably of all time, Jirachi. Cute little guy. I got him at C2E2, which is a big comic convention in Chicago held every year. But I got that one there. I got these 3 in a pack with like cards. Like it was one of those special boxes. These 3 they're called the legendary dogs. It's Entei, Suicune, and Raikou. This is Eevee. It's a shiny Eevee pin. For those of you that don't do Pokemon, shiny means like it's a different color than what it's normally supposed to be. So usually Eevee's brown, but the shiny version, it's like this silver kind of whitish version, which looks really cute. I got her in a special box too. And these 2 I got in a special box. Actually, I bought 2 of, that's why I have 2 special box with cards in them. Espeon and Umbreon. Okay, so I'm taking all the little back things out of these like black things that cover the pointy pin parts. I'm just taking them all out, and I was gonna yap while I do. On second thought, I don't think I'm gonna like explain every single one because then it'll take a while, and I kind of want this video to be on the shorter side, like 10-ish minutes or maybe a little bit over, but definitely not like 20 minutes or like a half hour, because I want the longer videos on my channel to kind of be the vlogs, and then I want some little fun mini videos like these ones in between the vlogs. So I think that's kind of how I want to do my channel. But it is a vlog channel, that's why I want the main videos, like the longer videos, to be the vlogs and not these random like side quest videos that I do, even though they are fun. But I don't know, maybe if you guys like them, then I'll do more of them. If like the pins, if they're really important, then I'll maybe give a little spiel. Otherwise, I'll show which ones I put in. I'll show all of them, like me putting them in the board. Jirachi up here next to them. Perfect. Oops. Perfect. Okay, which ones do I want to do next? Let's see. Oh, I'll do these magic ones next. I got from Magicon. So all these ones here, you see, I got from Magicon. So I went the past 2 years, they had it, 2024 and then 2025. These are all the ones that I got. My favorite is probably this little corgi one. I like these three because they're actual like cards from the game that they made into pins, which is like really cool, in my opinion. I think it's like a really cool idea. This one's cute, it's a little corgi. For those of you that don't know, I love dogs. I love all type of animals, but dogs especially, because I'm a dog walker. Right. Corgi, water girl on the card. I do kind of want to talk about these three like a tiny bit, because these three were from Magicon, but you couldn't buy them. The workers, or like the people helping out at Magicon, some of them, they would have some of these, but not all of them. Only like a special few of them would have them, and they'd be wearing them on their shirts or on their lanyards. And it was kind of like a game. You had to go around and kind of find them and hunt them. You had to trade with the worker. You had to trade them one of your pins. It didn't have to be like a magic pin. It could be like any pin, but you just had to trade for them. They couldn't just like give them to you, but they had to say yes if you found them and like you wanted to trade with them. Like they couldn't say no. Like you can kind of just give them anything and they had to say yes. But that was kind of like the game. Like you can get them. So they had this one the first year I went in 2024. Then these two were from 2025. I managed to find two of them. Because sometimes the workers try to be sneaky and they try to hide them because they want to keep them for themselves. But yeah, but I found them. I found two of them. I was like, those aren't yours. Guy. Ooh, look at all that. I'm just going to sort through them and grab all the Marvel ones, and then I'll see you in a sec. Ooh, new angle unlocked. I'm doing all the Marvel ones right now. That I have a bunch of Marvel and like Disney ones. Technically, I've been Disney World twice. Once with friends and once with through a school trip. But I was lucky enough to be able to go on 2 Disney cruises as well when I was little, also in grade school. I went on a lot of really fun family vacations, which was cool, but we were really little, and I remember a lot of it too, but I don't know. It was just, I feel like we couldn't enjoy it fully because of how young we were. And when I say fully, I mean we couldn't drink. A lot of these pins I got from the cruises and at Disney World. And at each of the parks, pretty much scattered all throughout at the different stores and the vendors and stuff, they have pin boards, kind of like this one, but a little bit smaller, where you can go to them and you can trade pins, kind of like how I did at Magicon with the workers. Like, and they couldn't say no, but you had to give them, it was like 1 for 1. You had to give them a pin, and it could be a pin of any kind. You had to give them, and they couldn't say no. You would just trade. So it was really fun to go around to all these pin boards and kind of see like what other people left behind there, and kind of like trade for like different ones that you wanted. But a lot of these, like, so I would buy a pack of pins when I went there, and I would go around and just keep them on me in case I saw a pin board. I came across a pin board that had some pins I liked, so I would just trade like 1 for 1. Who do I want to put first? X-Men symbol, Golden Spider-Man. Now I'll go through and grab all the other Disney ones that aren't Marvel. I've got some Disney ones from like random Disney characters, like this guy from the Haunted Mansion. Stitch, I love Stitch. He's probably my favorite Disney character. Then I've got some Star Wars ones too. Just a quick story time while I take all the back things out of this. But I remember at Disney World when I was there with my friends, one of my friends at the time, we're not friends anymore, thankfully. We're not friends anymore, but he would, every time we'd go up to like a pin board, he would always kind of be like, he would look at them, he'd be like, oh, a bunch of those are fake. He'd say, oh no, like those aren't real. Like those aren't real Disney pins. Those aren't even real pins. I'm like, what do you mean they're not real pins? Like they look real and like they feel real. Like it just felt like he was sucking the fun out of it. He would say it every time we went up to Like I swear, almost every time we went up to a pin board, he would scan them and be like, oh no, those are fake. Like he wouldn't even go all the way up to them to look. He would just like do a quick glance and be like, oh no, those are fake. I think he was just saying it to any of the ones that he like didn't like or something. But I was like, bro, you're taking the fun out of it, and like you're just being kind of like a buzzkill. And even it came to a point where even his family were like looking at him like, bro, can you shut the fuck up? Please. There's no need to point out if it's fake or not. Like if it's fake or what, like you're like if you're a collector, like obviously you want the real ones, but like they're kids. It's mainly for kids. It's a kids thing, you know. It's like I guess, or I shouldn't really say it's just a kids thing because I collect them, but and I'm not a kid, but you know what I'm saying. It's for fun. You're just sucking the fun out of it by being like, oh, that's fake, even when it might not even be. It's not like he's an expert on them. They probably were real. We got all the Disney ones here. Start with the Star Wars ones. Oh, I also found these two magic ones that I forgot. I love Stitch. Of him, his girlfriend. I forgot her name. Stitchette or something. They did a crossover between like food and different characters. So this is Miss Piggy or not, not Miss Piggy. This is damn, no shade to Piglet. This is Piglet from Winnie the Pooh. This is Mike Wazowski as like a donut kind of thing. This is my favorite one. This is so cute. Simba as like a little like ice cream thing. Got this from the cruise, proof that I was on the cruises. But a funny story about when I was on the cruise, the second one that we went on, one of the nights they were holding like a pin trading event for like anyone that wanted to trade pins to go there and like just trade. But my dad and I walk in and I was expecting a bunch of like kids just running around like trading with like their little pin books or whatever. But we walk in and I see like grown ass men behind tables, like looked like vendors. It looked like what I would see at like a card trading, like a convention like Comic-Con or C2E2 or Magic-Con. It was vendors, like tables with like all their pins laid out. They had binders filled with pins. They were like actual collectors. Like I was like, damn. And I went up to try to trade with some of them. They weren't doing like 1 for 1. That was the problem. I just had I had some of these normal Disney ones and I went up to trade and they were like, oh, like they didn't want any of my shit. They were trading for money, which is like something I hate in any type of like collection hobby, like cards or pops and stuff. Like there are people that just do the hobby just to make money. But I think like a lot of those guys were doing. Like I ended up not trading at all because no one wanted to trade with me because I had these worthless pins in my little pin book. Not even a pin book. I just had them like like I said in a bag. I had them in a plastic bag. I just had them like literally just took them out of my pocket. I was like, here, sir, you want to trade with me? But I left empty-handed. It was just a weird experience. We went there and I thought it was going to be a lot of fun and it wasn't. This rose one's one of my favorites. It's really pretty. It's the rose from, what was it, Beauty and the Beast. I like that it's like stained glass. This one's spinny. Oops. This one's so extra. It has like a little pen. It's a pin, but it's like an autograph book and it has, if you open it up, it has like all the characters' signatures in it. It's really cute. It's really annoying to put into the pin board. Okay, like that. There we go. There we go. Look at it. It's coming along. The rest of these are kind of ones I picked up back then on my vacations. All right, I grabbed a few of the miscellaneous ones here. These ones that I got from U of I when I graduated. These two I got from C2E2 actually a couple years back. For those of you that don't know, I am Filipino. We got the Filipino flag in the shape of a heart, and then we got a little rice cooker here because I'm Asian. Wait a sec. Is this cultural appropriation? It's okay. Abominable snowman. These two here are from when I worked at Olive Garden. You get them for being good servers, and a little story behind this. I remember when I got these two, I got them both in the same day. Getting a pin at Olive Garden is like, I don't think it's hard, but it's not easy. But it's like you have to actually be like a good server and a good worker to get them. And I remember when I got these, I was only working there maybe like 2 months at the time when I got them. The day after I got them, everyone was looking. They were like, "Oh, where'd you get those pins? Where'd you get those pins from? Who gave you those?" I was like, "Oh, like the managers gave them to me because I was like, oh, I don't know." They said one of them was for like, because I help out a lot and I help the managers and I help the other servers out a lot. And the other one was for good like hospitality because I had like 10 tables go up to like ask for the managers, or like on their way out, they would ask for the managers and they'd be like, "Hey, Will was a really good server here. Like you should keep up the good work." They would like compliment me to the managers, and it happened like 10, like pretty much, it happened a lot in a day for me to like get a pin. Like the managers were like, "Oh shit, like Will's actually doing his thing." So that's why I got those. And then the next day when I wore them, everyone's like, "Oh, where'd you get those pins? Blah, blah, blah." And they were like complaining to the managers like, "Oh, I've been here a year, I've been here 2 years, I've been here blah, 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 this much time, and I haven't received 1 pin and he got 2. And they were just like really booty hurt about it. So then they pretty much ended up giving like anyone that complained or whined about it a pin. And it just really wasn't special anymore. I find like it just kind of made me a target. Like everyone's asking, everyone's making a big deal out of them, and like they're really not a big deal. And then I kind of stopped wearing mine after that. If they were just gonna hand them out to everyone that whined, like I could have just whined and got it. Like I didn't have to do the good work that I did. It's whatever. I like to keep them, I don't know, just as a memory of my time there. Put them in. I was taking the backs off of the ones that I got on my childhood vacation, and this Yellowstone National Park one, I was taking the backs off and it broke, like the pin part broke off. You see that? The pin part broke off, so now I can't put it in the board. Turns out I actually am only gonna need one of the cork boards. I guess I'm not as big of a pin collector as I thought I was. What I'll do is I'll keep all the fun, like the Pokemon, Disney, Marvel ones up here, and then all my like vacation ones or like travel ones I'll keep like towards the bottom of the board. I don't know what flag this is, so if anyone knows what country or whatever this is from, let me know. I got these two in Europe when I was in Germany at Hofbrauhaus in Munich, and CERN, where the Super Collider is, in Geneva, Switzerland. These are two random miscellaneous ones I also found. I'll just put them in. All done. Got them all laid out. I guess I don't have as many as I thought I had. It's so nice. Nice to have them all laid out like this and displayed. Now we gotta pose for the thumbnail, of course. This is the finished result. Hopefully none of them fall out when I do this. Look at that. Like this? Yeah, like that. Well, we'll see which one I pick. I wanted to do a few different poses, you know. My thumbnails have been kind of good recently, I think. Like the first two videos I did. Future Will here. Hello. As I was editing this, I realized that I forgot to film an outro for the video, so that's what I'm gonna do now. Thank you for watching. If you liked it, give it a like. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and maybe leave a comment too about what you liked about it, what you think I could improve on the videos, or what you want to see next. Thank you.